Hi, I'm Dr. Sulata Shenoy, psychologist and director, Turning Point, Center for Psychological Assessments, Therapies and Counseling, Jayanagar, Bengaluru. The parent-child bond is one of the most important relationships in life. Research has consistently shown that children who grow up in a consistent and caring manner in early childhood grow up to be productive and happy and healthy individuals. And conversely, those who go through a lot of trauma, lot of inconsistency in caregiving can develop psychological and physical health problems later in life. One of the most important things you can do is to plan before your child arrives on the scene. As parents, one of the most important things you can do is to sit together before your child is born and see how much of time, energy and finances you may want to invest once the child has arrived. So this would mean that you have clearly laid out boundaries, what are the roles each parent is going to take, what you envisage for your child as the child is growing up, and what are the responsibilities and what are the tasks that each of you will be ready and willing to take up on. Because once the child arrives, it's very difficult to get back and sit through and think these things, because every day seems to be a challenge, especially from day one. So once that is done and set aside, please remember that for a child, time is what is one of the most important things that is necessary, and that is quality time. It's not just necessary to give the child a lot of quantity time, but I think the way that you interact with your child, the way that you show your love, affection and your disciplining practices, all that translates into a lot of time that you need to spend with the child. So if you are very busy in your career, this is a time to step back and see that you give sufficient time to the child. Secondly, there should be some consistency in the way that all the family members have about what are the values you are going to pass on to the child, how you are going to interact when certain challenging situations come up, and this will help ensure the child will grow up to not to be confused or not to be disoriented by various or conflicting messages that are sent to him. Be available to your child. When I say be available, it doesn't mean that you're physically available, you're psychologically available too. Because nowadays I find that a lot of time when we see a family together, each is immersed in doing whatever he or she wants to do, and there's very little connect between the family members. Earlier you would see when you go out that family members talk to each other, bond with each other, but nowadays each is busy with their own phones or laptops or books or whatever it is. And the children are left to play on their own, and they also develop the similar habits. So it's very important, be available to your child, have some resources like play activities, games which you can do together as a family and bond with the child in that sense. And this paves the way for the child to grow up to be a happy and successful person, and also to enjoy the bond that he or she has shared with you as a parent. So communicate clearly, have a very good and appreciative nature, enjoy the small things that the child does and makes for you, and I'm sure that your parent-child bond will endure your and his or her lifetime. Good luck.